Andrew, 21. Yeah. Looking all that matters.
Adam, I'm 16.
Tommy, I'm 20.
I'm Corey, and I'm 17.
Probably like 3 years ago, watching Discovery Channel. Then YouTube, you know.
Was it Jump London or?
I don't even remember what it was. It was just some special they had, you know.
Okay.
Could have been the fight signs.
No, it was way before that, dude. Yeah, Fight Sign's more recent.
Really?
Yeah.
8th grade, my friend was a free runner, and he was watching these fail videos in his library, and I decided that was hilarious. So while I was at home, I messaged him on, I think it was MySpace, and I'm like, what were those videos called? And then I see them failing, I'm laughing my butt off, and I'm like, it's hilarious. And I decided, what does that really look like? And when I saw it, I just like I'm gonna go do this. And then when I got more into it was freshman year, when I actually started meeting everyone and we came together more as a group instead of just an individual kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't really remember how I found out about it, honestly. Just YouTube videos probably. And then I just started training as soon as I could get around and I could drive pretty much. So I trained hard for 2 years, then lately I haven't really been training that much as hard as I used to. So.
My friend knew about it, and he introduced me to the vaults and a front flip, and then I was interested in that. And they didn't really know much about it, and that's all they really went on to do, and then they stopped. But I liked it a lot more, and I like the vaults. So I like the free running aspect a lot, but I like parkour more. But I was introduced via my friend, and since then it was 8th grade summer, and I took that on into freshman year, and I kept trying to learn more, and then I met Adam and got into it.
Well, my dad was a martial artist, so I used to practice a lot of Kempo. So I figured, parkour would be kind of complementary, and that just moving from A to B, and then you get there, you got something to do. So.
Every now and then, I'd get bored at my house, so I'd just get on YouTube and I'd be like, I want to learn something new. So then I just look up some kind of breakdance move or something, and then I found out about free running and all that, and then I got into that more.
I played soccer and I wrestled, but other than that, that's nothing really.
I took karate for about half a year, and then my grandma wasn't able to pay for it, and that's all I really had before. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Beats shit out of the playgrounds.
Only when I'm with people I'm comfortable with. When it's random people, I get kind of awkward and I get kind of I really don't want to be here right now. And I'll just go move off to my own spot where I know someone or something. If not, then I'll just chill by myself.
Okay.
I like relaxing.
Yeah. I've always been a pretty relaxed person. Never rowdy on the playground or anything.
Oh yeah, that depends what you know about rowdy too.
Yeah, what do you...
Yeah.
Tossing the kids off the playground, or just using the playground?
I got in trouble in school a lot.
You were always, let's just say, were you ever that kid who they expected you to be the person who you need to get out, you need to get that ball off and out of the tree. Tell me to go get that ball. It's you were always that person that would probably do that. Yeah. Or something out of that kind of thing. No, never. You were the one throwing the ball into the tree.
I was the one watching and laughing.
Okay.
Just sitting back by myself.
That's good. Anything else?
I was the kid, as you say, that got the ball on the tree or off the roof, because they would always be like, Corey, and the ball's on the roof, and be like, okay. But my mom had said from an early age, when I was a young kid, before I was 2, I was always getting up onto shit really fast, so.
I don't give a shit. Dude, if they want to do it, it's whatever, but I just like training with, friends and whatever, so we all have our own thing,
In opinion, it's it's whatever, but there's people that look at it as it's a completely terrible thing and something that shouldn't be happening, because movement to them is a way of life, or it's their life in general. So when they think about it as in who's going to win in this competition, they'll think of it as who's going to have a better life, or as Ryan Doyle said, that who's going to have a better life like that. and it, to an extent, it's mainly to me just meeting new people and going out to show what you can do. And I think more people need to start looking at it and open-minded instead of just being straight up closed-minded to what they want to see or to what they want to think of it as. If that makes sense.
Yeah, pretty much what they said. If people want to compete, they can compete. I just do it because it's fun. Just do what you love to do.
I like winning. No. I'm just
Nothing wrong with winning. Nothing wrong with winning.
I go with all of their opinions, but I've never really thought on this. Like, I don't think about it much. I don't think on movements, like talking about with other people. I just do it because it just feels right to me, you know?
I don't know, you learn a lot about yourself. I guess anything that helps you learn about yourself is a good thing, you know?
Well, what do you mean by that exactly? How does it help you learn about yourself?
Well, you kind of got to learn to admit when you're afraid of things, you know, otherwise you're going to end up lying to yourself and you end up getting hurt and looking like a fool, but you
True
be honest with yourself. You know? Just try new things. What was the question?
How do you feel training can help overcome ego? How does it help you learn about yourself?
I remember when I first started and I learned my first flip, I thought it was the coolest thing in the world and I'd go off and show it off. But then as it started coming more into, as I became more into it, I should say, it started like, I started to be like, I shouldn't be just going out showing off. Like, it started changing in the way I viewed on that, like a certain thing or something like that.
You know, maybe that's what it's not training that necessarily that makes you more humble or anything. It's training with other people, you know, and seeing their strengths and their
those other
weaknesses.
people were the ones telling me to do it.
No, I mean, like, they're the ones that actually make you like humble about what you're doing because you realize you're not the shit. Like, there's other
No, they
people
told me
who
to do
try-
it. When I got my Webster was the first flip I learned, alright? And I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. And then at the time when I learned it, I sprained like both my wrists. So I couldn't do any vaults whatsoever. So all I did was train Websters. And what happened was, I got good enough to the point that people were telling me like, hey, go do that one flip that you do where you kick your foot back or something like that. And I learned it during school. And I have like 3,000 something people at my school and they'd sit there, hey, he's the kid that can flip, do a flip, and everything like that. And it soon became irritating to
You had
me.
the biggest ego boost out of all of us.
You know?
3,000 people, so.
Hey guys, 3,100 or 200 people go there.
Yeah.
And ain't nothing, I got the best Websters. No, I'm just like, those jokes. What was the question? I forgot the question, dude.
Again?
I was listening to you.
Well,
I know before, I still know the question.
I don't.
What's the question?
How can training help overcome ego?
oh yeah.
Well, first of all, let's talk about what do you think ego is? Is it the same thing as self-identity?
It's just,
Can it be a good and a bad thing? How can ego be a bad thing?
what is your ego? Like,
Ego.
I just like, I don't know, like feeling full of yourself, you know, like being cocky, I think. But, I don't know, parkour just like lets you know your limits and your boundaries. That's how it makes you deal with your ego, I guess. It just like keeps you in check, you know what you're doing, like you know what you can and can't do. You constantly know like there's something right there that like you can't do yet, so that kind of keeps you moving forward. That's not really the question.
Answered it great.
Ego, it's kind of a self-satisfaction, but yet you want other people to see it. One thing about, like, I've never been an egotistical person because when I was little and I started working out at a young age, and my dad always said, there's always going to be someone bigger and better out there than you. And that's like always stuck with me through my life. So I've never been the like really big ego. Like I never looked big on myself. I saw myself always equal with everyone else.
Just getting to train friends all the time, you know?
I'd agree with him, the friends.
And just getting to meet new people, like, literally training, like, I'd feel like I know, like, most people who, like, train around here, but then once in a while you just meet random people who, like, train, and that's always pretty cool. Yeah, I just saw
A week ago.
Yeah, literally a week ago I saw this guy training. He was doing parkour, so, and I was doing parkour too, so it was pretty cool.
What's the question?
Corey, you hungry?
What's the most important thing you feel you've gained from training in the community?
A different way of thinking about stuff.
Say that again. Sorry, they were talking.
A different way of thinking about stuff.
Well, I don't know, parkour has never really been officialized. Like, there's no official system, so you kind of have to just adapt. You know, there's all these other great movement disciplines out there. You can pick up things from just about anyone if you're observant. Why not?
To me, really, the whole idea of doing something different other than this is kind of weird.
Trick.
Well, no, like not like tricking because like,
Dude, tricking's...
like no, in tricking you can Webster, you can cork. In freerunning you can Webster, you can cork.
Well, now,
like, yeah, there's a big difference though. Yes, but
okay,
I still
difference. Yeah.
But like, if like as you said, if I were to go off to do ballet or something, I don't like honestly, I really don't think I can do it.
Maybe some other cross training.
Let me tell you, it's very difficult. I wasn't very good at it myself.
Like, I don't know. Like I tried football during like I tried getting into that during the school year, and I just didn't do it because I don't like how it took my time away from as much time as I did free running. That made no sense again.
No, it makes sense.
It's spot on. Yeah, probably your only answer.
Yeah, I'm just like, do what you love to do. Like, all these things teach you like a little bit more about your body, I feel like. So whether it's ballet, breakdancing, parkour, it all kind of helps each other out because you just learn more about yourself.
As a young kid, I always found being athletic as an outlet, and I've always, like, as a young kid, like, just looked at stuff and studied it to, like, the full extent that I could. But there's just so many things out there, but I found this to be one. And my idea of, like, sort of cross-training with it, like, as he said, for ballet or something, like doing ballet in free running or tricking or something, that wouldn't be the same to me, and it might not bring the same aspect or the same kind of people to it because of the different styling or the different thoughts that it gave it.
I have fun, and that's valuable. Yeah, but this is how I get the most fun out of my life. Just like running around and jumping on buildings with people, or like whatever, you know, just tricking in the grass or doing the conk precision over and over again.
Happiness is a great value.
Yeah, exactly.
Can we go to him first?
No. Yes.
So pretty much what Andrew said, just what I like to do. It makes me happy. If it makes other people happy too, that's great.
The value of it for me, I don't know. I've always found it really easy to just involve my whole like self into it, like not worry about anything else besides that, and just became like who I am, my life, and it just really like bonded with me. So it has like a really deep value.
There's a helicopter going over, so if you didn't hear that, I'll put subtitles in for that one. Alright.
By value, what do you mean?
Okay, well, value, so it can be a lot of different things. It can be monetary value, if that's going into a certain area. It could also be a personal value. Value could be, okay, we talked about happiness. Happiness, can you put a price on happiness? Is that the most important thing to you? Or is it, like we talked about, it helps you find out your limits and maybe you feel humility to be a value. You know, so there's many types of values that, you know, create the character of a person and everything like that. Happiness is one of them.
So, then, let's see, then yes, I would say it has value because, like, in general, to me, like, say that's me there, okay? Let's just, I'm the dot in the middle of that circle there.
Okay.
Alright, and that's the free running and all that, parkour, tricking, everything there.
Okay.
Alright, my life is that circle.
Uh-huh.
So, to me, that value there is the life that it's taught me, the way it's taken me through my life in general. Because, like, I was a terrible kid before I learned how to do all this stuff. I used to piss teachers off on purpose. But when I found this, it's changed my life in more than, like, just one way.
that makes any sense again.
Yes. I'm just gonna say
To the right people, it will make sense. Let's put it that way.
Either YouTube or friends. Like friends do crazy stuff, and then you look on YouTube and you got people doing crazy stuff, and you just go out there and imitate that, you know?
Call me a little kid, but I'm gonna say my parents.
You're such a little kid.
Well, I was adopted, right?
Yes.
And my parents also adopted, including me, 10 other boys. No girls, just boys. Alright, my dad was in Vietnam, and my mom works for the government in general, and I don't know, my dad has no job. And right now there's 7 people living in our house.